I have not been to a GameStop in like 1,000 years, but I heard that they have retro games. So as a retro game collector, I was very curious. So I stopped by my local GameStop, and lo and behold, they actually had old retro games. So here you can see a selection of them. So they have Ratchet and Clank, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Super Mario Galaxy, Deadfall, and surprisingly, not every game was overpriced. A few of them were. They were like $3 to $8 above market, but the rest of them were actually at market price, surprisingly. Now, they did have boxes filled with more retro games. Unfortunately, I didn't record it, but I just love the sight of those boxes. So these were small cardboard boxes placed on top of these flimsy-ass tables, and the boxes were filled with just random-ass games, from loose to complete. They had it all. But they were very cheap, and it was nostalgic going through the bargain bin again. I haven't done that in ages. Now, there was actually one game that I was going to get, and that was SSX3 for the original Xbox, but the case itself had the infamous yellow GameStop stickers, so, it's the bane of every game collector's existence. Now, for me, it's not ideal, but I can live with it, because I collect games to play them. And apparently there is a way to get rid of those stickers safely. But yeah, I was like, all right, I can maybe deal with this. But when I opened the case, there was no disc or manual. So I went up to the counter and I asked the guy, do you have the disc and the manual? And so he checked and they did. But I asked him if I could inspect the disc. He gave me the disc, but he said something like, we inspect all discs. This one should be fine. It's playable. There aren't any scratches. But of course, when I looked at it, there were a bunch of scratches. So I said no thank you. Unfortunately, there were no holy grails, and even though the selection of games weren't that great, I'm glad that there's more options of buying retro games. Now, I did end up going to another GameStop. This one was in a mall, and it was a lot more impressive. They had a bigger selection of games, and they were even selling retro consoles, but unfortunately, I didn't buy anything. Would I recommend going to GameStop for retro games? I probably won't be returning anytime soon, because I'm looking for very specific games, and I don't want to take the time to go all the way out to a GameStop only to find that they don't have any games that I want. It's not worth it, and eBay is just more convenient. But if you do want to go to a GameStop, I would recommend going to one in a mall. So there you go. As much crap people give GameStop, this is the one bright spot.